Hello there, I'm the Biblical Translator, and today's scripture is taken from Luke 3:4. And Isaiah had spoken of John when he said, "He is a voice shouting in the wilderness. Prepare the way, for the Lord is coming. Clear the road for him. The valleys will be filled and the mountains and hills made level. The curves straightened and rough places made smooth." For me, it's talking about an even playing field. There's no hills, no gullies, no curves. A nice level playing field. And for each of those people, and a fresh beginning. Because when that voice comes out of the wilderness, it's a fresh beginning. It's coming from a barren place, a place untainted by human interference. And it's because of human interference, and it's because we haven't had an even playing field, why the world is in the way it is. And I was thinking about relationships, as I normally do, because relationships are the fundamental part of how we live and our behavior and how we interact with each other and the outcomes. Relationships are why wars happen, why relationships happen, why we get employed, why we have why we fall in love. And when we haven't got an even playing field, there's always someone who feels as though they're missing out. The fear of missing out is what makes people discontent. It makes them resentful. It makes them angry and frustrated. And I was watching Love Island last night, and I was watching Toby. He's one of the mixed race boys in there, or men. And he has this beautiful woman who declares her love for him, loyal, faithful. The other men find her really attractive. And there is another woman in the villa who's also attractive and also who the men are vying for. So this man, Toby, instead of being satisfied with the one he has, his eyes are wandering and thinking, oh, I might be able to get her instead. I don't want to miss out in getting, her name is Molly. The one he's with is Georgia. I don't want to miss out on getting Molly, because if I miss out on getting Molly, I'll never know if I'm going to be satisfied with Georgia. And that's his mentality. You know, I don't want to say I'm going to stay with Georgia just in case something better comes along. That fear of missing out. That fear that you're not on an even playing field and you might just miss out on something is what is causing discontent today. Is what is causing all of the problems. People not being satisfied. People just wanting more and appreciating less and less what they have. Greed. Greed is one of the breeders of discontent. Always wanting more, regardless of how much you get or how much you have. You always want that bit more. It destroys your values, because when you're greedy, you don't care. Like with Toby, I'm just using him as an example, not to kind of promote Love Island, but it's the behaviour. If he was satisfied with the person he had, he wouldn't be coveting or wanting somebody else. And instead, he tells the woman who adores him, look, I'm open, this word, I'm open to speak, in quotes, to other people. In their language, speaking means kissing and all sorts. So he's now saying he's open to have discussions with this girl called Molly. And of course, Georgia, who worships him. I mean, you shouldn't worship man, but she really likes him. She's devastated and crying and feels so stupid that she has put everything out there for him to know that she is interested in him. But he's too greedy and he's going to end up with nothing. And he's one of these, anyway, I don't even know why she's looking at him, because he's got a reputation as being a playboy. He reckons, oh, it's because he hasn't yet found the one. How can you find the one if you always have that fear of missing out? You're always going to be looking. You're never going to be satisfied. Greed. The second reason. Stop looking to get something for nothing. So many people want something for nothing. Entering into relationships. Women enter into relationships because they want men to look after them and to take them out for dinner and to buy them clothes and pay for their nails and pay for their hair and goodness knows what else. Men want women to maybe, if it still applies, to cook for them, to clean for them, to supplement them when necessary, to give them a little bit of loving. And yeah, but it's always, not always, but in most cases, there's one party who wants to get something for nothing. They don't believe that in that, equality. It's not even equality. It's, I don't even know what to call it. But there's so many people who just want to have, who don't really want to work for what they want or what they need. They want it they want something for nothing. They want that quick buck. They want to make the type that want to make millions and yet put no effort in. Those type of people who don't want to put no effort in, but they want to get something out of it. 3, don't underestimate men. They know what you're after. This is for those women who think that they can use their sexy bodies, their beautiful faces to entice men. Men are already aware now. They know what you're after. They can choose to give it to you and pretend that they don't want to give it to you, but they are they're up there. They're on the ball. And also goes for women. For men who feel as though they're manipulating them, sweet talking them, getting them on side, women are aware. They know your game. So stop playing games with each other and just be honest and genuine. And stop using affection and sex for collateral. Really not nice. There shouldn't be no ulterior motive in relationships. Just respecting each other. And only then the reason why I had done this is also because, men, they're saying that men aren't singing love songs to women anymore because they don't feel the same way. It's not true, because we've got so many different relationships and there are so many good women out there and there are so many good men out there, and so there will always be love songs being played, but especially for the young people who have been raised wrong and whose priorities are wrong and whose priorities are materialistic. That is what we do not want. We want a world like what John was talking about. We want an even playing field. We want everybody to have an even chance. But when you've got people who rule with power and we have the rich and the poor, how can we ever have an even playing field? But amongst ourselves and amongst our relationships, we can actually create that for ourselves. We don't have to rely on third parties to create that for us. So let's just try and create our own even playing field and play fair with each other. We need to earn respect from each other through trust and admiration. That's what I put there. But yeah, and that's